Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of our Community Access. This week we will visit with Field and Cross Yoga method at the Addison Township Community Center. Then we went to the Oxford High School Kids Give Them Back in Oxford. Then we watched Science Alive and more. We visited with the Oxford Early Learning Center Spring Fair. And finally, our Dog of the Week all today on our Community Access. Welcome back. Feldenkrais method for yoga at the Addison Center. With the story is our reporter, Rachel Baker. Rachel?
The Addison Township Hall, and we're going to check out one of the great classes the Addison Senior Center has to offer, the Feldenkrais method. Let's go check it out. All right, so Ms. Delorier, what is the Feldenkrais method?
The Feldenkrais method is a holistic approach to movement, and it's based on the premise that the brain is a self-organizing system, and that as we pay attention to our movements and feelings and incorporate some of the other things that have been identified as essentials for involving the brain, our brain will help us to reorganize into movements that are more efficient, more comfortable, more functional.
So what kind of people come to you? Do they typically experience pain, and what areas do they experience pain rather than they seek support?
Oh my goodness, pain of any kind, usually anything structural, and as people get older, that the stiffness sets in and pain and dysfunction sets in. There's ways to avoid that, to move past that and reintroduce comfortable movement, like turning on our brain like it's turned on in children and babies. Children have what they call a learning switch in the brain, which actually allows them to be learning so rapidly because they're curious and they're excited and they involve a lot of emotion and really want to know. And as we get older, we can get a little boring and we don't pay so much attention. But we can turn that switch on by doing things like moving slowly and paying attention to the subtle feelings. And where there's pain, don't go there. The brain will help you find a way around it to reorganize you.
So how precisely do you train the brain to do what you want it to do?
By incorporating what Anat Beniel, my teacher, has identified as the 9 essentials for brain function. One is to move it with attention, paying attention to what we're doing, what we're sensing, what we're feeling. And now this time you're going to be pressing on your right foot, rolling your pelvis left, but you're directing the force towards your left arm. So you're imagining it going through your skeleton, your left shoulder blade, and again, do it gently. If it isn't going, then come back to neutral and start all over, because your brain has already picked up some information as you did it and nothing happened or it stopped. So you come back and then you proceed slowly, and you always have the option to imagine a move before you do it. And just like children thrive on positive attention, we thrive when we're giving ourselves positive attention, and we become aware of our own self inner dialogue when it's not so supportive. By moving slow, if we slow our movement way down, it gives our brain a chance to introduce new ways of moving. If we move fast, we can only do our habits. by introducing variation and playfulness, playing with how we move, doing it in different ways, doing it slow, doing it faster, and that all gives our brain information.
How old is the Feldenkrais method?
Oh my goodness, Moshe Feldenkrais was one of these people that was way ahead of his time in the science field, and he began it, gosh, I think it was back in the 40s, and it was really growing in the 50s. But his colleagues in the scientific community were actually threatening to lock him up. They thought he was nuts with the ideas he was coming across with. But now the neuroplastic doctors and the researchers have proven that that brain cells regenerate, that nerve cells regenerate. My first career was nursing, and at that time I was taught that brain cells don't regenerate, nerve cells don't regenerate. Now we know it's not true.
That's exactly where I was going with my next question is what were you and what led you to teach Feldenkrais, and who was licensed to do this?
Oh, well, that's kind of a long story, but the short version is that I was a nurse, and then I really got into the holistic field and was working in that arena, had become a massage therapist. And then I had a back injury myself that pretty much totally incapacitated me, and I'd done everything in my medical field, and they told me I just have to learn to live with it, and I was not functional. And I was pretty connected in the alternative field at the time, and with there, everything would help some, but nothing got me to where I could sit or stand for any length of time without a lot of pain until I met a Feldenkrais practitioner. So that's where it went from there. It's like I was making progress, it was making a difference, and so I wanted more, and that's what took me there.
What brought you here in the first place to the Feldenkrais method?
Curiosity. I had never heard of it, and I'm not very good at introspecting with my body, but what I have found is, for some reason, I seem to have the impression that I have more range of movement since I've been doing this.
Oh, that's really great. So it has had the desirable effect. What is it? What was it? What you expected, or did you come in with any expectations?
Really, no. But I walk a lot, and going up and down hills and on uneven ground, there's more parts. There are alternate ways of moving, and it takes the onus off my knee muscles and the parts that are strained when I'm able to move the rest of my body more to accommodate uneven ground.
Wow, so it does make life easier for you in movement.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Thank you for talking with me, Carol. And now you're being able to share that gift with others. How does that make you feel?
It feels really good. It really feels good to see people make changes, to become more comfortable, to be more functional, to heal and grow. And it affects all levels. Not just the physical movement. It's our outlook on life that changes when we're moving and we're more comfortable in our bodies.
And how soon do you start to see effects take in when you're doing these classes?
Well, you feel the effects after one lesson. I mean, just laying on the floor, if you'd laid on the floor today, you would have felt a difference. And then it's cumulative. As the more you do it, the more changes you feel.
I had both of my knees replaced in the last year, and I was in a lot of pain in my back and my neck because I was walking funny. And I waited months and months to try this because I thought it was goofy, and it's probably the best decision I've made in the last 2 years.
So what has it done for you specifically?
It's loosened my muscles and made me more conscious of my alignment. So I stand taller, I sit better, and I sleep better. So it's a win-win.
So less pain always around.
Yes, except for still my knees are still sore, but everything else is cool.
Did this class meet your expectations, or did it some way surprise you?
It surprised me because I thought, I came back the second time just because I thought I'd better give it one more shot, because I have to be honest, the first time I thought it was really wacky. And I'm glad I came back.
So where did you start teaching Feldenkrais? Are there hospitals that do things like this?
There are now. At that time, excuse me, hospitals were not very open to it. it took a while for the holistic and alternative to mix with the medical field, the medical model.
Well, I first heard about Feldenkrais back in the 90s when I was suffering from repetitive strain injuries. I couldn't find a local class at that time. And so when I saw that it was offered here, I was anxious to actually finally give it a try and see what it could do for me.
Did it meet your expectations?
Yeah, it really has, and then some. It's very subtle, but it's helped me to learn to use my body in a more integrated way for even very simple things. It's really been a great learning experience for me.
Does it change the way that you approach your movement, like make it more gentle or?
Yeah, it absolutely does. I think it makes it much more efficient, much easier, much more relaxed.
Now there are Feldenkrais classes taught in hospitals.
I see. I really do thank you for everything that you're doing for these people, and I'm sure that you're changing lives as it changed your own. And how long do you continue to hope to teach this?
Well, there's no reason that I would ever have to quit. I mean, really, it keeps me totally functional and young and able to do things that most people my age aren't doing. So,
Thank you so much, Ms. Delorier.
you're welcome. My pleasure. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for helping us.
Good story. Next up, Oxford Gives Back. With the story is our reporter, Rod Wright. Rod?
Okay, Oxford Gives Back. I am here with Madison Sparks. Madison, let's explain this program that you have going right now.
This is a spring cleanup we do every year, usually in April, and we go around to homes in Oxford and Lake Orion. People in need, usually elderly, disabled, veterans, anybody who can't do yard work themselves, and we try to get the school involved, the community involved to help clean up yards, paint fences, plant flower beds, anything people need us to do, we try to make the best to make it work.
And you get all the people together. I see you have your dad out here working.
I do. This one was a little special. I made my family and friends come help us for this one. But everybody else, we do school teams. There's a lot of Oxford school staff working. We have Oxford Bank. I mean, pretty much anybody who wants to be involved can. We have Leonard Elementary, just a bunch of people throughout the community that want to help. We try to get anybody and everybody involved.
That is awesome.
It is.
How'd you get involved in this?
I actually worked pretty closely with Jacinta Hogan last year, and she's the one who started Oxford Gives Back. And I guess they just recruited me in this year, and I personally love it and meeting all the people who need help and helping anybody out in the community. So I went ahead and stepped in and said I would do it. So.
And that's where it starts. You know you're going to be a leader in the future. I can tell.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to go around and interview some of your workers. How's that?
That's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Madison, it's time to meet your crew. I'm going to give you the mic, and let's go on, and we'll get everybody's name.
All right, this is Colin Koskinen, Wyatt Trough, Anthony Orlando, Gideon Sparks, Ashlyn Sparks, McKenna Koskinen, and Evan Shantz.
Awesome. Now, all you guys just gave up your afternoon to come help out here for the community?
Yeah, I kind of made them.
Did you kind of make?
Yeah, I was like, I need your guys' help, so they all showed up.
So you're a leader.
I gotta be.
Is she the boss?
She's got some persuasion. Yeah. Yeah, it is. I have really good friends.
What's that? You thought you were getting paid? I'm sure there's a pizza in there somewhere, isn't there?
There was 3.
Was there 3 pizzas? I know. Yeah, if you get guys, there's food
I
involved.
promised them protein shakes and smoothies and for a month, so. Not yet. Just started. I had to make sure you guys are going to follow through. But yeah, no, they've been amazing friends. I've known them all for a long time, and they really pulled through today and cannot thank them enough. So.
Well, great. There we go. Oxford Youth. I'll tell you, that's what the community is about. It's about the young people and the old people getting together. Great job, guys. Very proud of you making Oxford awesome. Yeah, a big hand from Madison.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm here with the homeowner. Your name is?
Patricia Matthews.
Wow, and you have all these young people helping out, huh?
This is amazing.
And what have they done?
Well, let's see. They've raked up all the leaves.
That's a big lot of trees here.
A lot of trees around here. Planted about 150 bulbs, flower bulbs, 10 rose bushes.
Cool.
A few more plants out in front of the house to give it some more color out front, and just been burning all the leaves and things that came down, and
then fix your
stairs for me because they weren't correct and they were short. So my dog actually fell off of the stairs because they were too short and she couldn't reach down to the next group of stairs. So she fell over sideways. And so I haven't really used the stairs in the back. And I said, I wanted to put a ramp in, but a ramp is very costly. And it's like, well, if I can get stairs that will work, so they did the stairs.
Well, that's great. And then the nice kids too, aren't they?
They're awesome. I told both Madison's mother and father, I said, I thank these kids, but I have to really thank you for raising these kids.
Absolutely. That's a community, isn't it? Yeah. Isn't Oxford great?
It's wonderful.
I've seen you around town too.
Possibly. I just retired after 10 years with the CIA. So okay. I just came back here this fall and bought into the community. I wanted to come in, and I'm working over in Lake Orion for the church over there. So staying around here, doing what I can, and they can help me do this. So this is great.
No, you picked the best community.
I really did.
All right, here we are with Madison's dad, and you got to be proud of your daughter.
Oh yeah, very proud. She gets it. She understands. It's not you. It's what you can do with everybody else. She's always trying to help.
Absolutely, and that's a great thing about Oxford, and we want to thank everybody for watching. And we're glad we got great groups here in Oxford for OCTV and Oxford Gives Back. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oxford has some really great kids. Good job. Next up, our photographer Kyle Snage went to the Science Alive. Let's watch.
Oh, it's a favorite part. It is working with the kids as well as with the animals, so it kind of gives us a nice little taste of both, where you've got the enjoyment of the kids having a fascination with the animals and getting them prepared for other things in their life. And it's one of the fun things that you can work with the kids and just the interactions that they have and what they can work with as their life progresses on to other things. Maybe they'll become the biologist that, they could be the future for the animals too.
What was your name again? Sorry.
Ashley.
Ashley, okay.
No, not Ashley. Micah.
Micah, okay, go ahead. Your favorite animal? Yeah.
It was the snake and the baby anteater because it was cool, and I loved the snake because it had some cool and I loved its tail and its face because it was so mesmerizing. And about the anteater, it was the anteater. It was so cute, and I loved it. It was so cute. That's all.
Okay.
My favorite animal was the chinchilla, and I wanted chinchilla for a pet because it was really soft.
Oh yeah, okay.
And fluffy.
And fluffy. And did you like the snake?
Yeah. My favorite animal was the snake, and I want a snake for a pet.
And what'd you think about the snake?
I like the coat of the snake because it felt good when I touched it.
Yeah.
I like the snake because it was so cool, and I thought it was going to be really like slimy and stuff like that, but it wasn't. I liked how it was like smooth. And I liked the fuzzy animal that was first because it was so warm and fuzzy.
Yeah.
Good job, Kyle. Next up, Rachel Baker went to the Early Learning Central Spring Fair. Rachel?
We're here at the Oxford Early Learning Center and we're celebrating a preschool end of the year celebration. So can you please tell me what this is all about?
This is our way of giving back to our families, saying thank you for a wonderful year and for supporting us. And this is our way of saying, hey, thanks.
It's for the audience that doesn't know what the Oxford Early Learning Center is all about. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, we have infants all the way through 5th grade. So we go from the babies all the way up.
What would you say your objective is as Oxford Early Learning Center? Do you guys prep kids for elementary school or middle school?
Yes, we prep kids for the elementary schools, the middle school, and we also, in our extended day programs, we're there to support the elementaries.
Oh, that's lovely. What can you tell me about everything that's here today? What do you have available for the kids?
Bounce houses, we have new carnival games, we have ponies, we have animals, we've got lasers.
You're Jaden, how old are you?
I'm 11 years old.
What's your favorite thing here?
I have to say the laser tag because I'm just happy. The laser tag, I'm just blowing my mind.
That is so great. I'm sure you're a pro at laser tag, aren't you?
We both are.
So how often do you and your friends play laser tag?
Not that much, but we usually do.
All right. How'd you do out there?
Good.
How many times have you played?
This first time. This is gonna be my second.
All right. Here you go. Good luck.
Thank you.
Bubble ball down on the field.
I see you have a raffle here.
Cash raffle to help pay for some of this. We do this event totally free. We charge nothing to the parents for coming. And Oxford Schools Food Service actually puts on all the food. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. So they can get a meal, they can come, the kids can play. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful experience and it doesn't cost them anything. So we do the businesses are very generous. They give us donations. We do a cash raffle to try to help alleviate some of the costs. So we can make it bigger every year we add.
How does it feel to be able to contribute to all these kids' lives?
It's wonderful. There's no feeling like it. There is not. It's wonderful.
Thank you so much for talking.
L'histoire d'amour de Moussa.
All right, what's your favorite animal to see here?
I like the ponies.
You like the ponies? Have you ridden one yet?
No.
All right, I'm gonna let you go so you can ride the ponies, okay?
Have
fun. Audience, can you tell us who you are and what you do here?
My name is Pat Mueller. I'm an education coordinator. So I work with kids in curriculum and learning all year long. That's my job.
Did you coordinate this party?
No, I was just one of the team. The people who really coordinated is a committee of teachers, mostly our extended day folks. So the people that look after kids before and after regular school.
Gotcha. What's your favorite part about being here and doing this for the kids?
That is the question of the day. I think that they're so happy. It's so fun to see them and they see me. They're like, wait, what are you doing here? You're usually at school. You know, I love that.
Do you have a favorite age group to teach?
Preschool. Preschool's my age, although I love them all. I mean, how could you not, right? I mean, kindergartners are so fun. Second graders are so energetic. You know, even the infants and toddlers are adorable. I mean, you love all of them.
Of course. And what has been the kids' most favorite event today?
You'd have to ask them because it changes all the time, but I know the big ones are the bounce house. They always love those. Laser tag, and there's some animals over here, and the train. So there's like a pony rides, and they love that stuff. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for talking with me.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming. I'm glad you could enjoy the party.
Puis un jour il vit Jenaba, princesse ennemie de l'État. Malgré la guerre et les combats, elle lui avait souri parfois. Elle lui dit Moussa, tu sais, il y a 20 ans de ça, ma mère aussi vint jusque-là, ton père en guerre l'assassina. Et Moussa comprit que l'esprit lui montrait le sens de la vie. Il se leva vers Jenaba, tendit sa main, elle la lui prit, souriant comme...
All right, that's all for today at the Oxford Early Learning Center Spring Fair. Next up, back to you, Bill.
Thanks, Rachel. Next up is our Dog of the Week from the Canine Rescue League.
My name is Marion. I'm a volunteer at Canine Stray Rescue, and this is Berta. She's a little over 4 months old. She is a lab mix puppy. Not quite sure what she's mixed with, but you can see she has these interesting brindle colored legs. She's a typical mouthy puppy right now, but not hurting at all. Super sweet, super friendly. She actually has a sister, and both of these dogs are, well, this one is actually available right now. The other one will be available, in the next couple of weeks. If you wanted to meet her, come up to Canine Stray Rescue, 2120 West Metamora Road in Oxford. We're just outside Oxford, just a little bit. For those of you that don't know, we are open 5 days a week, which is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Slightly different hours on the days. You can look this up on our website, which is caninestray.com. We also do off-site events. We are at Petco near Great Lakes Crossing on the first and third Saturdays of every month. And we are at Harvest Time Pet Stuff in Oxford on the second and fourth Saturdays of every month. We take a few dogs there that hopefully will find homes, but more importantly, we talk a lot about canine, come back here, and what we do here. A lot of good PR for the kennels. So even if somebody's not planning to adopt that day, they may come up the next day or the next week or the next month. And more importantly, they tell all their friends. This is a big deal for us, so anybody seeing this right now, if you can tell your friends, you never know who might be looking for a dog. She, as I said, is available right now. You can come up to the kennels and meet her. As you can see, she's a very loving girl. Does need to start learning some obedience and puppy manners, but she's sure ready to learn.
Just another great dog getting a leash on life from the Canine Rescue League, located just a mile north of Myers on 2120 Minnow Road. Well, that's all the time for this week. We hope you will check on our credits for these great employees from Oxford Community Television. And we hope you enjoyed our program. I'm Bill Service, and you have a great week.